Columbia nonprofit fairs draw an exciting variety of organizations. Some are arts nonprofits, others are museums, and some are community development or social service organizations. But all are looking for creative talent. By attending, you can grow your network and even land jobs and internships that will help build both your resume and your portfolio. Now, sometimes nonprofit organizations have a reputation for being more casual work environments, but that doesn't mean you can just show up to the fair unprepared. Students who come with the right materials and a positive attitude are the successful ones. So here are 3 steps to turning a job fair into a job offer. Success is not just about saying the right things on the spot. It begins before you even arrive with the right prep. Even if you're only looking for volunteer work, you do need to bring a resume with you to the job fair. But don't be intimidated if you don't already have one. Check out our resume resources online if you need help getting started, and don't hesitate to come in for resume walk-ins on Tuesdays from 3 to 5 and Wednesdays from 12 to 2. Aside from having a resume prepared, business cards are always a nice bonus if you have them already. And if you have work samples, bring them with you, especially if you're looking for photography, graphic design, film, or writing work. Having a few portfolio samples to show can make a big impact. These can either be in print or on a laptop or an iPad. Now, if you haven't attended a job fair before, be sure you also take some time to think about what you want to say about yourself. Sometimes it helps to have a brief introduction ready for when you talk to professionals. This should be short, but it includes information like your name, major, a short overview of your work or volunteer experience, and what kind of experience you're looking for right now. You'll also want to wrap up with a question for them, which leads us to the final prep step, researching the organizations. We have a list up at colum.edu/nonprofit career fair. Start with their websites and take a look at how they describe themselves and the work they do. Pay attention to the type of information on their website. Websites usually include an About section, which will give you insight into the organization's mission. This defines what they do. Look at any job, internship, or volunteer postings they have available. And finally, make some notes about what interests you about each organization. It's smart to go into the fair with a list of about 10 organizations that you definitely don't want to miss. The next step, of course, is making an impression the day of. First, remember that this is a job fair, so even if you're going with an interest in volunteering, you want to dress to impress. What does that mean? Well, think about taking it up at least a step above what you'd wear to class. No suits necessary, but wear a nice pair of pants and a dress shirt if you can. Bring lots of copies of your resume with you, at least twice as many as you think you'll need. Once in a while, we have last-minute organizations join us, and it's good to make sure you have enough. As we mentioned before, strategize the organizations you're most excited about talking to. We'll have as many as 50 there, and if you try to see them all, you'll be exhausted. For those of us who get a little nervous in crowds, it's a good idea to leave your favorite organizations for about midway through your visit to the fair. That way you can practice and get warmed up before approaching the dream job. Organizations will be tabled in 1104, so when you approach an organization, start with a confident handshake and an introduction. Some of the organizations will be really outgoing, but be ready to lead the conversation if necessary. Ask them some good questions about upcoming events, what gets them excited about the organization, what positions are available, and ask them about follow-up. If you're interested in working with them, what comes next? Often they'll take a copy of your resume. Other times they may direct you to email your resume or to apply online. As you wrap up the conversation, grab a business card and step away to make a few quick notes about your interaction. That will help with step number 3. And that next step is follow-up. Keep in mind, follow-up can be the make it or break it moment. These organizations meet a lot of students in one day, so it's crucial to follow up within 24 hours. Follow their instructions first and foremost. If they asked you to email a resume and portfolio samples, do so quickly, and include a short cover letter in the body of your email. Include a few notes about your conversation in that cover letter. So, for example, programs or events that you're really excited about. That'll help jog their memory. Try to also keep a good long-term perspective. You may meet organizations who don't have current openings in your area of interest, but they may eventually. Consider volunteering your time for now or setting up an informational meeting so that you can stay on their radar. And a good etiquette tip, if they contact you and you decide you're not interested in the organization, let them know. Be grateful, of course, but indicate that your plans have changed or you've already committed your time elsewhere. They'll appreciate knowing so that they can move on to somebody else as well. Now, timelines differ. Some students start to hear back immediately. Other times it can take a few weeks. Be patient, but don't hesitate to follow up a few weeks after your initial contact. And of course, don't forget that we are here to help. Resume reviews are available in 623 South Wabash, room 307, every Tuesday from 2 to 5 and Wednesday from 12 to 2. Good luck.